enough sky. What am I the thorn in your eye? Too much sun and not enough sky. What am I the thorn in your eye? Too much sun and not enough sky. I'm lost again, but I gotta maintain. Too much sun and not enough sky. What am I the thorn in your eye?
Hello everybody and welcome to race number 19 of Season 2 NASCAR Walmart Cup Series. We are heading down the wire as to getting closer and closer to that 10 race chase for the second ever NASCAR Walmart Cup Series championship. And then after this season, bigger things to come for the NASCAR Season 2003 videos, including the Tap Out Series and the M&M's Truck Series, which will happen immediately after Season 2 of Walmart Cup Series is over. Then we'll have Season 3 of Walmart Cup competition, along with Season 1 in Tap Out and M&M Trucks. But anyways, I'm Levi McIntyre, aka Thrash Maniac 99, the voice of NASCAR Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to the Chicago 400 at Chicagoland Speedway. This is going to be an interesting race as the sun is beating down on the track, which means the track is going to be pretty slick with some interesting competition. And also, cars are running different paint schemes than usual this week. Jessica Sheldon in the Jimmy John's car, along with Austin Weiner in the SKF Ford, Austin Talley in the Mountain Dew Kickstart car, Kyle Matthews in the Great Clips car, Ryan Anderson Jr. in the HenderCars.com car, and so on and so forth. So new different paint schemes for some of these drivers should make for an interesting race. But here's a look at your starting lineup for today's race. There's a look at it. Jessica Sheldon on the pole with Rue McIntyre starting in the second spot. Now the point situation coming into this race is Mason Bromer comes in only 4 points ahead of Gabe Williams. So the points lead is between them two. But here we go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys and girls. And Jessica Sheldon got off to a great start. But Rue McIntyre didn't get off to a great start. And now Sheldon's going to get the advantage. But now here comes Austin Weiner to try to peek his way to the bottom underneath Sheldon. After running the first half of the season in a Dodge, in the Verizon Dodge, Austin Weiner's now moved over to a new paint scheme and new manufacturer for Penske Racing in the 12 SKF car. And Jessica Sheldon will lead the first lap. Meanwhile, it's getting pretty racy back here. Oh man, are they 4 wide? They are. Oh, and PJ Williams up against the wall. They are 5 wide, and now there they go. There they go. 5 wide. I knew that wasn't going to work. And they had 2 different wrecks take place, all on the backstretch. Jessica Sheldon still leads, but we're trying to look. Oh, and we got another wreck. David Rivera's around. Oh, and then Austin Weiner. What happened to the 12? Austin Weiner is upside down. How in the world did that happen? Henrietta Fitzwater's on pit road. Weiner just now went in there. Rue McIntyre is all of a sudden back there. There must have been a separate incident with guys up at the front. This is unusual. Matt McIntyre with damage. Cody Lamas was in that. Theo Stegall was turned. Parker Wright was in the middle of it, but I think he got through. See some damage on Alex Hawkins' car. Gabe Williams, who's trying to run down Mason Bromer for the points leads, got a buckle on his hood. Meanwhile, everybody's on pit road for the most part. Although a couple of guys are deciding to stay out and roll the dice. Austin Talley, Betty Johnson, Dylan Theros, Sam Young, and Chris Washer, David Rivera, and also Cody Lamas, Matt McIntyre. And the first car to come out of the pits was Zachary Fitzwater, then Chase Oliver, Hunter Bell, Ryan Anderson Jr., and Trent Dunham, and then Sheldon comes out. But it looks like Austin Talley's going to be the leader, as we're going to have a lot to look at, because there were 3 or 4 different wrecks that took place under the same lap. Let's take a look at the replays to see what brought the caution out for the first time today here at Chicago. Well, they're getting pretty racy, and PJ Williams went up against the wall, and there you see they are 5 wide. And looks like Parker Wright was just sandwiched in between Cody Lamas and Sonny Hammond, and Matt McIntyre got turned. Then, meanwhile, up ahead, we saw this incident take place with the 36. Let's see what caused this incident. As there you see, they are 5 wide, all bunched up back in the pack at the pack. PJ Williams, Matt McIntyre, Cody Lamas, Parker Wright, Sonny Hammond. But let's see what happens with the 36. Alex Hawkins just got down into Brody Talley and bounced off the wall into Fitzwater and into Jackson and Stegall. And then that was the look at that accident. But let's keep riding along a little bit with Parker Wright. There you see, I believe, is that Tommy Mooney? Yeah, that is Tommy Mooney. He was up against the wall, and then Parker Wright was up against the wall as well. But what's going to happen up here? Well, Theo Stegall came down in front. It came up in front of Gabe Williams and into Parker Wright. And then there you see the second crash taking place. Oh man, yeah, this was definitely right at the front of the field. Let's see. It looked like Austin Weiner slowed up and he got up into the wall, and Rue McIntyre and Ian Dutta, Trent Dunham all make contact, and then they just start going for spins and side rides. And then there you see Rivera getting involved, and then Weiner, I saw him go upside down. Who does he get hit by to go upside down? Man, I got a bad feeling on who it is. Who was it? Oh, it was Henrietta Fitzwater. Wow, she slammed him hard in the rear of that car. Man, Austin Weiner just got a hard hit in the rear. Can't really see it from this camera angle. Let's try the spectator. Yeah, this will be a good view. See how they're right square in the rear, and that got him up in the air, and then as he was on his side in the air, that caused him to go upside down. But that was a hard hit for that 12 car, and a hard hit for the 36 of Henrietta Fitzwater too. Let's see how fast the 36 car was going when she hit the 12. About 120 miles an hour. Doesn't seem that hard, but it was apparently enough to get that 12 car upside down. So we had a lot of melee take place here in the beginning of the race. But that was a look at what happened. Let's take you to the restart. Well, after that accident, we only have 3 cars out of the race, which are Henrietta Fitzwater, Austin Weiner, and Tommy Mooney. But let's double check on the 48 car. He's actually on pit road, and then the 36 and the 12 are, of course, out. But it's Austin Talley running the Mountain Dew Cherry Kickstart car as your leaders. Second is Betty Johnson. Third is Dylan Thero. Fourth is David Rivera. Fifth is Sam Young. Sixth is Chris Washer. Seventh is Cody Lamas. And eighth is Matt McIntyre. And everybody else behind them pitted. Zachary Fitzwater ninth and Chase Oliver 10th. And the rest of the cars are Hunter Bell, Ryan Anderson Jr., Trent Dunham, Jessica Sheldon, Joshua Collard, Jecko Knight, Eric Burton, Ken Thero, Michael Norman, and Mason Romer, the top 20. Then it's Danny Wells, Alex Pedro, Brody Talley, Justin Talampas, Kyle Matthews, Dylan Young, Gabe Williams, Seth Cole, Preston Plord, Sonny Hammond, the top 30. Then the rest of the cars are Barney Taylor, Parker Wright, Charles Jackson, Theo Stegall, Ian Dutta, Annie Thomas, Rue McIntyre, PJ Williams, and Alex Hawkins. Green flag is back out. And Austin Talley didn't get that great of a jump. In fact, Betty Johnson got a better jump than the 88 did. And it appears the 48 is up to speed. I guess he just had to try to repair some of the side damage they got from scraping the wall. And oh man, are they going to go 4 wide? No, they're not. Okay, thank God. But it looks like it's going to be Austin Talley to lead this lap. Let's check around the back as Rue McIntyre and Alex Hawkins losing the pack. Checking around these cars to see what's going to happen. Oh, Zachary Fitzwater! I think he hit the wall, but where is the 07? Oh, and then Preston Plord. Oh, he came back up. Oh, they both did. Oh, and Danny Wells goes flying. Oh, my goodness. Well, a lot of cars damaged. Kyle Matthews is smoking. Sam Young was in that. Collard was there. And Michael Norman was involved. Let's see, Gabe Williams got a piece of that. Anybody else? Sheldon appeared to have saved it. But let's see if anybody else back there. There's Danny Wells, Barney Taylor involved, Zachary Fitzwater, Ryan Anderson Jr., Preston Plord, Brody Talley, Dylan Young, Rue McIntyre. Sam Young actually I don't think got involved. I think he came down the pits, and Theo Stegall got damaged. So too did Ken Thero. So we're going to have a lot to look at here. And it looks like Chase Oliver is going to be your leader. Let's take a look at a replay to see what brought out the caution for the second time here at Chicago. Well, here's a look at it. They were 4 wide, about to be 4 wide. Fitzwater and Sheldon just kind of collide, but Sheldon couldn't get off of the 07. The 07 goes into the inside wall, and then melee is going to ensue. Right around there, I believe Fitzwater, we missed it. I'm trying to get to the 07. Yeah, he came back up across the track and he collected cars, but who all does he collect? He gets Dylan Young and Michael Norman, and then Matthews was there, Plord was there. But I'm kind of curious as to wonder what happened up here. Is there you see a second crash took place. Oh, I think this is going to happen. Collard's going to come up into Ryan Anderson Jr., and then I think they hit that spot in the wall which gets the cars to go out of control. Let's see one more time. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Then Wells was there, Talley was there, Talampas was there. But we need to keep our eyes out on the 31 because I saw him get wicked air. Right there from Barney Taylor and Ken Thero. Wow, Wells was on top, over top of Thero, or Sonny Hammond, and then Theo Stegall was in there. So too was, I'm not sure, but yeah, Parker Wright was in that wreck. But man, oh man, I saw the 31 get wicked air. Let's take a look at how high he got up. As there you see that second wreck takes place. And then watch when the 13 of Barney Taylor is going to come in. Right there, and then the 31 just went flying over top of the 34 and then into Theo Segal and got him up on two wheels. So this wreck, there were two separate incidents take place. First was Sheldon and Fitzwater, and then Dylan Young gets into Danny Wells, and that's what got Dylan Young's car damaged even more. So we had that. We had Sheldon and Fitzwater get into it, where Fitzwater came back up and collected cars. And then Collard coming up into Ryan Anderson Jr., and they both hit a particular spot in the wall that got them up in the air and spinning, and then that got Wells. And then once Wells came down in front of Barney Taylor, more were involved. As there you see cars were making pit stops, getting ready to, but Chase Oliver decided to stay out, which means he will be the leader when we go on to the restart, which, by the way, let's take you to the restart. Well, after that last accident, we have a huge number of cars out of the race, and they are Michael Norman, Ken Thero, Theo Segal, Barney Taylor, Ryan Anderson Jr., Brody Talley, Dylan Young, Rue McIntyre, Zachary Fitzwater, Preston Plord, Danny Wells, and Kyle Matthews. Tommy Mooney's only a lap down, but Chase Oliver is your leader. Second is Mason Bromer. Third is Eric Burton. Fourth is pole sitter Jessica Shelton. Fifth is Seth Cole, her teammate, running right behind her. Sixth is Sonny Hammond. Seventh is Ian Dutta. Eighth is Annie Thomas. Ninth, Alex Hawkins. 10th is Austin Talley, and the rest of the cars are Chris Washer, Dylan Thero, David Rivera, Hunter Bell, Alex Pedro, Jecko Knight, Trent Dunham, PJ Williams, Charles Jackson, Matt McIntyre, the top 20. Well, Michael Norman's actually still running. But then Betty Johnson, Parker Wright, Justin Talampas with no hood, Cody Lamas, Joshua Collard, Gabe Williams, and Sam Young. Those are the cars left, along with Mooney and Norman, which means only 29 cars left on the track, 27 on the lead lap. I don't think we've seen the last of our cautions, but here we go. Green flag is back out, and Michael Norman is not up to speed, and he's going to cause some problems for some of these cars. Let's go to the 3 to keep an eye out. Oh, no. And Alex Pedro's scraping the wall. This cannot end well. This cannot end well as two Roush cars are getting held up. Thero and Rivera after all this. Oh, they are really, really close. Oh, man. I think they're going to be okay now. Although Rivera is getting held up really bad. And then PJ Williams is hitting the wall again. And after that, that's separated the pack of cars. Meanwhile, Chase Oliver still leads, and Mason Bromer's trying to run him down for that lead. And Mason Bromer's trying to go for his first win of the season and of his career, as he is the points leader coming into this race. And now here comes Bromer. He tried to get to the bottom, but wasn't there quick enough. Does he have anything this time? Yes, he does. He's coming. He is trying to get around the 21, but the 21's not giving up without a fight. But Bromer is there, and meanwhile, Eric Burton is starting to sneak his way into the picture, while Mason and Chase are going at it for the lead, and they are still side by side, but that's letting Eric Burton come up into the fray, and here he comes. The 55 of Burton. Meanwhile, we've had a pretty good green flag run going, as it's three cars battling for the lead right now. Who got the lead at the line right there? I believe Bromer did, and he did. Meanwhile, it's these three cars, Bromer, Burton, and Oliver, going at it for the lead. Meanwhile, Eric Burton underneath of Chase Oliver, and now he's going to try to go underneath Bromer for the lead. That is the slickest part of the track entering turn 3, as I heard tires squeal, and that's because they are just trying to go as fast as they can. Bromer still leads, but meanwhile, here comes another pack of cars, Shelton and Sonny Hammond. along with the lap car of Tommy Mooney and Hunter Bell, among others. Meanwhile, 3 wide for the lead between Bromer, Oliver, and Burton. Oh, Burton about came up into Oliver, and that could have been a big, big wreck. Meanwhile, Sheldon and others are now up here in this battle as well. Meanwhile, Michael Norman, he is absolutely slow on the racetrack. Mason Bromer is now up against the wall. Oh, man. But anyways, Burton and Oliver are still going at it for the lead, and we are almost to the halfway point of this race. I believe next lap by will be 21 to go, and on that lap when they come through here, it'll be halfway through the race. Look how fast they're going. They're going 202 miles an hour entering that turn, and all of a sudden Sonny Hammond, oh, I think he's coming to the pit road, so I think we're going to see some green flag pit stops. Oh, Austin Talley and Betty Johnson. Wow, they did a great job of saving that, and they're going to keep it together and keep it going. Meanwhile, the battle still rages on, but they are getting ready to approach Michael Norman, so this could shake things up. Meanwhile, the 55 and the 21 are still side by side, and we are halfway through this race now, and they are approaching that 3 car fast. Oh man, it looks like he's going to hold up Chase Oliver. So now Burton gets cleared of the 21, and now has a pretty big gap. And now Annie Thomas comes down the pit road. Meanwhile, keeping an eye out on Norman. Excuse me. Held up Ian Dutta and Lamas for a second. I had to take some sips of water because I was hiccuping. Meanwhile, more cars coming down in the pits. Michael Norman, Austin Talley both got up into the wall. Meanwhile, we're seeing more cars in pit road. I see Shelton in there. Who else is down there? I believe nobody else is down there yet. Meanwhile, now Eric Burden, who was the leader, is now in the pit road. But who is the leader now? Is it, it's Hunter Bell right now. Chase Oliver's second. Meanwhile, Chase Oliver's coming to pit, but Hunter Bell is not coming down the pit road yet. And then Jekko Knight, Cody Lamas, Betty Johnson, Sam Young, the top 5. But these guys haven't come down the pit road yet. Mason Bromer just now completing his stop, coming out of the pits, and Hunter Bell still leads. And he's still not coming down the pit road. I don't know if he pitted earlier than everybody. I'm not entirely sure, but it's 16 to go here at Chicago, and Hunter Bell is not coming down the pit road just yet. And Hunter Bell's trying to go for his second win of the season and of his career. I think he's getting ready to come down the pit now as he's slowing down. Meanwhile, Cody Lamas is going to stay out. Jekko Knight's coming down, but Cody Lamas not pitted yet. He's probably the last car to have not come down pit road. And I think he is. No, Betty Johnson still hasn't come down. Or at least I don't think she has. But let's see Lamas. He's slowing down, getting ready to come down. But what about Betty? She is too. So now Lamas and Johnson are now coming into the pits to get their stops going. There's Jekko Knight who entered in. And Matt McIntyre didn't pit yet. And now he's coming in. But now I think after all this, the lead will cycle back around to Eric Burton. Let's see where he was scored this time. He was scored in 8th. And there is Hunter Bell, but now he just now got bypassed. Uh-oh, and Eric Burden's getting held up by Michael Norman, which is going to leave room for Sonny Hammond and Andy Thomas to get around. But now, Norman's just holding up everybody. But now I think Sonny Hammond is now going to be your leader. Let's see where he scored. He scored in 4th, but I think they got around the 15 of Cody Lamas, so I think the leader is Sonny Hammond. Let's check up ahead to be absolutely sure. It doesn't look like anybody else is ahead of him other than some slower cars, but let's see how it is now. And Sonny Hammond is your leader with Eric Burton 2nd, 3rd is Seth Cole, 4th is Andy Thomas, 5th is Trent Dunham, 6th is Jessica Shelton, 7th is Chase Oliver, 8th is Hunter Bell, 9th is Cody Lamas, 10th is Ian Dutta, 11th is Dylan Thero, 12th is Austin Talley, 13th is David Rivera, 14th Chris Washer, 15th is Parker Wright. Oh, battle. Alex Hawkins is actually lapped down. 16th is Matt McIntyre. 17th is Justin Talampas. 18th is Mason Bromer. 19th Jecko Knight. 20th is Alex Pedro. 21st is Gabe Williams. 22nd is Joshua Collard. 23rd is Sam Young. 24th is Charles Jackson. 25th is Betty Johnson. 26th is Michael Norman still holding up cars. 26 would be Tommy Mooney. 27th is PJ Williams. 28th is Alex Hawkins, and 29th is Michael Norman. Meanwhile, Eric Burden continues to lead. And when they come around, it's going to be 10 to go. And Eric Burden is still trying to get that first points race win. If I can recall, he won the All-Star Open earlier this season at Charlotte to get into the All-Star race. But that was a non-points event. Eric Burden has yet to win a points race. And after last season, before the chase started, he was a consistent car running in the top 5, top 10 in points for most of the season. This season, he's been in that top 10 for a lot in the season, but lately he's been kind of free-falling in points. I believe he comes into this race 16th in points, so he's been free-falling, but this could be a big day for the 55. If he can win this race, maybe manage to get it back into the top 10, and also with that win, it will help him a lot in order to get a potential wild card spot if he falls out. But then again, we've got PJ Williams, who is around the 20s in points, who has the 2 wins. So at the moment, PJ Williams would be the guy to get the #1 wild card spot for having 2 wins. Meanwhile, behind Eric Burden, a battle for second between Seth Cole and Sonny Hammond. Now, Sonny Hammond is a guy who's been in desperate need to get a good run. He is dead last in the points, has had a tough few weeks. So far, he's running really good today, running up in the top 5 in that KFC To-Go Cup car for a new paint scheme right now. Right now, he's running in 4th behind Eric Burden, Hunter Bell, and Seth Cole. And there is Collard, who is a slow car. I wonder if Collard is going to play a role in holding up some cars up at the front. We'll see. As Collard is going 190, and Burden is going entered the corner at about 199, I want to say. Burden is going about almost 10 miles per hour faster than Collard. Meanwhile, Hunter Bell has run down the 55 for the lead, and they are side by side, and they make a little contact, but they keep it together, and Hunter Bell is trying to go for his second win of his career and of the season. He won earlier this season at Las Vegas, which was a 1.5-mile track. This is actually the same exact car that they used back at Las Vegas. It's just painted over with the discount tire colors. And now Hunter Bell leads, and Eric Burden is up against a wall. But let's take a look at a run-through of the top 20. And, oh, wait a minute. Are they coming down the pit road again? Seth Cole's coming in the pit road. Oh, man, this could be a game changer. I kind of had a feeling that these cars were going to possibly have to pit one more time before the race was over, but this race is going to come down to fuel strategy. And I know Hunter Bell pitted a lot later than everybody else, so I don't know if he'll have to come down pit road. But he's staying out this time, and he comes to the stripe to take 2 to go. But I'm not sure. Let's see if anybody else came down. Yeah, there's Andy Thomas, Dylan Thero. Sonny Hammond, I think he pitted. Or, yeah, he did pit. So green flag pit stops are taking place as Mason Bromer's in the pits now. And there's Hunter Bell, who doesn't appear to be slowing down at all. And he's coming to the white flag. White flag is out for Hunter Bell to get his second win of the season and of his career. And if he can do that, he can be in good hands for a wild card spot in the chase. But let's see if he has to pit. Let's see if he's slowing down. Oh, he's getting held up by Michael Norman. But I don't think it's going to matter. He's going by him. Hunter Bell is going to win the Chicago 400 at Chicagoland. What a job by Hunter Bell. Managed to have enough fuel. Great strategy on the part of the 22. He pitted a lot later than everybody else did around the lap 24 to 25 pit cycle. And he had enough fuel to make it the rest of the way as green flag pit stops were taking place during the last couple laps, but Hunter Bell had enough fuel to make it the rest of the way, and he picks up his second win of the season and of his career. Great job for Hunter Bell. And I believe he came into this race 9th in points, so this is definitely a good help for him in the points. He can move up pretty high up into the point standings. But let's take a look at your official finishing results. Hunter Bell gets his second career win of his NASCAR Walmart Cup Series career as well as of the season. Great job for that 22 team. Eric Burden, so close yet again. This guy has been one of the most hungry drivers of the drivers in NASCAR Walmart Cup Series history. He has come so close to wins. This race was no exception. He comes away with a second place finish, but still a great run for him nonetheless. Cody Lamas gets third, great run for him. Jessica Sheldon, who started on the pole, she's going to finish in fourth. Great run for her. Rounding out the top 5 has been a guy who's been on a roll as of late, Chase Oliver. He's going away with a 5th place finish. This can move him up higher in the points. Trent Dunham gets another good finish of 6th. Great run for him. Austin Talley in that Mountain Dew Kickstart Cherry car, he comes away with 7th. Great run for him. Ian Dutta gets a top 10 finish of 8th. David Rivera, after getting in that first caution, spinning out, he's going to come away with a 9th place finish. And then rounding out the top 10 is Jekko Knight. Great run for him. Rest of the cars that finished on the lead lap was Matt McIntyre, Chris Washer, Alex Pedro, Parker Wright, Justin Talampas, Sam Young, Betty Johnson, Charles Jackson, and Gabe Williams. And then the rest in the next 10 cars were a lap down or more and finished. And they were Tommy Mooney, P.J. Williams, Seth Cole, Andy Thomas, Sonny Hammond, Dylan Thero, Mason Bromer, Joshua Collard, Alex Hawkins, and Michael Norman. And then everybody else was out of the race, and they were Ken Thero, Theo Segal, Barney Taylor, Ryan Anderson Jr., Brody Talley, Dylan Young, Rue McIntyre, Zachary Fitzwater, Preston Plord, Danny Wells, Kyle Matthews, Henrietta Fitzwater, and Austin Weiner. The point situation coming into the race Gabe Williams came in 4 points behind Mason Bromer, and clearly Gabe Williams finished about 6 or 7 spots ahead of Bromer. So Gabe Williams probably is going to regain the points lead going into the next race, which is the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis. But anyways, thank you guys for watching Chicagoland here at NASCAR Walmart Cup Series. See you at Indy. And here is your results, rookie points, and overall point standings.